steel chains rattle in the black of night. Blood on the ground, no wrong, no right. The crowd scream louder, the air unites. One step closer to the edge we crawl. Feel the weight of the fight, the rise, the fall. World Wrestling Affliction. Fist pounding conviction. Hearts collide like friction. World Wrestling Affliction. World Wrestling Affliction.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another edition of World Wrestling Affliction. This is our go-home show before the last stand PLE. Now, I've got a couple of things to get through, but we'll get through that in the first match. For now, our general manager has an announcement to make, so let's hear what he has to say. Well, ladies and gentlemen, what an announcement from our general manager. So we have a Undesirables versus the Church of Anarchy in Tornado Tag Rules. Then we have Yamamoto and TK Landon in Extreme Rules. And then on the women's side we have Rose Hamilton, the Rebel Club, and Ivy Fisher taking on the champions in the Villain Olivia Jade, the Undesirables, and Kitty Hagen of Parabellum. While on the men's side of things, it's going to be Next Gen versus Parabellum in War Games matches for winner takes all titles. Well, let's hear what Matthew Rex has to say for that. Well, we're finally getting a reason for why Matthew Rex turned on this man right here, his former tag team partner, Marco Gates, and joined Parabellum, the team that Marco Gates had been feuding for because of the IC title, and I mean, justifiably so. Matthew Rex said, look, I turned on Marco because Marco won the IC title and turned his back on me, and that's it. So I'm sure we have someone here from Marco, so let's hear what he has to say. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we're finally kicking off our first match of the evening, but we now have Marco Gates versus Matthew Rex in a loser leaves WWA champion. Let me try that again. We have Matthew Rex versus Marco Gates in a loser leaves WWA match. Damn, that is serious. Now, I just wanted to go through a couple of things with you guys during this first match. firstly, I apologize for not uploading for the last couple of weeks, and with no notice on why. I took a break over the Christmas period for that week. I didn't want to sit down and record during the Christmas period. And then last week I had to rush into the city because it looked like the bridge between my town and the city was going to flood over, and I needed to be in the city for a couple of major things regarding a job that I was going for. And you may notice in my voice I am fairly sick at the moment. I was doing a physical exam for the job that I was going for, and needless to say, I ended up in hospital, and I got really sick while I was in hospital. I wasn't admitted or anything, but I did spend about 7 hours in the emergency room, and yeah. Don't know what caused the issue. I'm seeing my doctor next week. We'll keep you guys updated on that, hopefully. But to go forward, just so that there's no more interruptions, I'm going to try for the next 2 to 3 weeks just smashing out the rest of World Wrestling Affliction. So this week, we've got today's episode of the Go Home Show. Tomorrow will be night 1 of the Last Stand PLE. Wednesday will be the second night of the PLE, and then we'll move on to the Road to Glory PLE, which will be the next one, and then that should get me through till about Saturday. I'm going to take Sunday off. Well, actually no, that should get me till Sunday. Yeah, there's 3 episodes. Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Actually, so it'll probably be about Monday, will be the end of that PLE. Then we'll move on to Legacy, which will be the next PLE after Road to Glory. And then I apologize for that, I had to cut my mic because I was about to have a huge coughing fit. My WrestleMania, ending pay-per-view, where every story that I've built up over the entire season will culminate, and we're going to wrap up the season at Wrestle Empire, which is the name of my WrestleMania PLE. Basically, it's coming down to the wire that I've recorded basically everything. I've just got to record the last 3 episodes and then the PLE for Wrestle Empire. And I'll be honest, I do this every time I do a wrestling series, whether it be like a WWE Universe mode or a CAW EFED. I get super hyped about what I want the show to be. I sit down, I record it all, and then I don't have the time or patience to sit down and record my commentary over it. The reason I don't record my commentary while recording is 9 times out of 10 I'm recording in the middle of the night while everyone in the house is asleep. And I don't like yelling and screaming as I do in commentary when I have people in the house, so I only have maybe 6 to 7 hours a day that I could sit down and record, and my motivation to sit down and record is very hit or miss. Some days I don't want to record, I don't want to sit down and edit videos. Some days I want to sit down and record 5 or 6, but I just don't have the time to do so. So I try to fit it in, and this is where the issue is where I'm always missing episodes, because I also have ADHD. Sometimes I'll just forget. I'll forget that, hey, I haven't recorded and uploaded a video this weekend. And then I'll just realize, hey, it's been a week and a half and I haven't uploaded a video. Maybe I should get in to get that done. And that's why I had 2 or 3 week periods where I wasn't uploading, and then I just upload a bunch of videos in the same week, because I'm like, shit, I've missed uploads. I need to upload everything to catch up. So, moving into the 2K26 series, we'll see how I feel about continuing World Wrestling Affliction. This will be the first time I actually finish a full season. If you go back and watch the history of this entire channel, from like 2K15 or 2K16, actually I think it might have been 18. Either way, either way, I would start a series, maybe get 10 or so episodes in, maybe do 1 or 2 pay-per-views, hit that like point where like my idea is finally coming to fruition, and then once it's executed, I kind of lose interest in recording and everything. So I would have liked this season to be a bit longer, but the same thing I saw was happening was my creative interest in the EFED was kind of running out. I didn't have the time to record commentary all the time, and honestly I was just forgetting to do it. So yeah, I'm definitely gonna wrap up this season, so that way at least if I decide not to continue it for 2K26, at least it'll have a definitive end. You're not like left wondering what happened to the storyline. After the series ends, I may do a retrospective series going through and like explaining some of my ideas and whatnot. Could go in or two, but we'll see how that works out. For now, I just want to get the series finished, and then I can worry about what I want to do with this channel moving forward. Because I'll be honest, I've been doing wrestling content on this YouTube channel for 5 or 6 years now. Granted, a lot of times I haven't been very consistent. I think the most consistent was when me and Matt Most Wanted, Montanu, whatever he went by at the time, when we did our 2007 General Manager Mode series. That was probably the most consistent, and that's because, you know, I was doing it with someone else, and he also wanted the series to be uploaded, so we got in and got that done. And it wasn't a lot of editing, so it was literally just like, yep, make some cut here, make a cut here. He did the thumbnails, I uploaded the video, bing bang boom, done. But even then, like, I don't think I see a growth in this channel in wrestling game content. Granted, I'm not the best at marketing my channel. I don't advertise it very well. So I kind of just hope that it gets found. But at the same time, like, I think I'm just burnt out with wrestling games and wrestling in general. Like, I still love being in the couple of EFEDs that I'm in. Well, actually, I'm only in one EFED at the moment. But I still love doing that. But I don't watch wrestling in my personal life. I barely play the games unless I'm recording World Wrestling Affliction content. It's just like, I'm just kind of burnt out on wrestling. And yeah, I'm kind of forcing myself to do wrestling content for this channel. So I want to try, after this series finishes, try something a bit new for the channel. So we'll see how I go when 2K26 comes out, if I want to continue it. It also depends on where I'm at in my personal life, because I was really hoping to get this job to be able to move back to the city and have a bit more privacy where I could have recorded a bit more frequently, like recorded commentary a bit more frequently. But that just isn't the case at the moment, so we'll see where I'm at when 2K26 comes out. If I'm in the same place I'm at, I probably won't want to continue it. So that's where I'm at. I chose this match just because there was no like significant storyline factors to this match to have like this chat, and it gave me a bit of time to like properly have a chat with you guys. I promise this whole video won't be me ranting after this match. I will continue the commentary as I normally would. It also kind of rested my voice. I mean, this is like I think a 40-minute video. We're 15 minutes in and I haven't had to scream yet, so that is a good thing. As you can probably hear in my voice. But I've been coughing a lot, and it's wrecking my vocal cords. Worse than I normally do just recording these videos. I lose my voice a lot just doing these videos. So,
the following contest is scheduled for
yeah.
one fall, making his way to the ring.
But I'm going to stop breaking EFED now and move into actual commentary. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we have Tyson Walker coming out. Now, this man has had a bit of a interesting last month or so here in company. He had a match with his brother Andy Walker, and then a random masked man who we now know goes by the name of Pollux attacked them both, and then went on to put Andy Walker on the shelf by throwing him through that lamp at the last PLE. And then last week they had a match, and this man Tyson Walker put Pollux through a table. Now I'm sure he has something to say, so let's hear what it is. Wow, ladies and gentlemen. So the challenge has been thrown. Tyson Walker just challenged Pollux to a tables match at the next PLE. And if Walker wins, then Pollux has to unmask.
Is scheduled for one fall, making his way to the ring.
What an interesting turn of events. This is going to be one hell of an epic PLE. We've got two epic War Games matches. We've got this team right here taking on the Undesirables in a Tornado Rules tag match. We've got TK Landon versus Yamamoto in an Extreme Rules match. We've got a Loser Leaves WWA match. It's gonna be a pretty hectic PLE looking forward. And I'm getting word that the Intercontinental Champion Andre Salas of Parabellum will be hosting an open challenge for his Intercontinental Championship at the PLE as well. And here you see two members of the Undesirables, Zaya Zank and DOC, the designer of Chaos.
80 pounds, a demon.
And now this is just a match to go into the PLE, into their Tornado match with a bit of bragging rights. We have DOC taking on TJ Dunn. and this is definitely going to be a great match for these two. And DOC just beating down on TJ Dunn for the most part here in this match. Taking the reins. And a random steel chair just got thrown into the ring. And the ref finally noticed it, pushes it out. Roll up from TJ Dunn. Unfortunately, the ref was distracted by putting the steel chair out of the ring. Could not make the pinfall victory there. Big flapjack there from TJ Dunn. And these two just going to war right now, beating each other up, trying to deal as much damage to weaken one of their opponents at least for the Tornado Tag Rules match at the PLE. Big DDT there from DOC, kick to the head from Dunn, and now Dunn just keeping DOC on the ground now. And these two just going at it. Sorry, I'm kind of just trying to keep my voice. I'm already starting to lose it already, let alone recording. So I'm sorry if the commentary is not the best here in this match. I promise I'm trying to save it all so when I record the PLE tomorrow, I can actually like be a bit more emotive. I'm hoping I'll wake up tomorrow with a bit less of a sore throat, a bit more of my voice. My cough has been kind of dying down a bit so far today, so that's something good and to look forward to. So yeah, I'm sorry that there's not much commentary. I honestly thought about just uploading this video without commentary, but I wanted to go through that like little bit of a rant in the first match. And yeah, just kind of clear the air a bit of what's been happening and what the plan is moving forward. Here we go, cover 1, 2, and a kick out at 2 from the DOC. Oh, and here we go. Big pedigree from TJ Dunn now. Goes for the cover. 1, 2, and a kick out at 2 again. Fans wanting these guys to fight forever. I hope they don't, because I need my voice. Oh, what a leapfrog over the spear attempt there. Well read coming from TJ Dunn there, but it doesn't matter. DOC stays pretty much on the offensive again. They're back in the ring now. DOC, the kick to the leg there, big punches coming out of TJ Dunn now. DOC counters. And a big knee to the face. Now DOC stalking TJ Dunn in the corner, kicking him down, choking him a bit. Oh, big Superman punch there from DOC. Big Superman punch in the corner now. Ducks under. Big spear. Gets fired up. Goes to the cup now. Could this be it? 1, 2, 3, and that's it. DOC gets the win. Bringing the undesirables, the bragging rights, heading into their Tornadoes title match. And this was a hard-fought battle between these two. I mean, they went toe-to-toe, and I mean, they read each other like a book. I mean, that leapfrog over the spear, I don't know if the replay is going to show it, but that was one epic counter to the spear. But the two Superman punches into the spear was just enough to keep TJ Dunn down for the 3 count. And that is all she wrote. For this match. That was one hell of a match. I'm sorry my commentary was kind of bleh in that, but there you see the first one, and then the second one, setting him up perfectly to set up that spear for the 3 count. Now we move in to our main event of the evening, ladies and gentlemen. Well, I stand corrected. We have Mr. Peter Michaels coming out to the ring now. interesting to see what he's coming out here for. Is it to advocate for his client Marco Yates? Advocate for his clients, the Chip Crew? We'll find out and hear what he has to say. Wow, ladies and gentlemen, what a showing there. Or what an announcement, I should say, sorry, from Mr. Peter Michaels. He is hosting the Peter Michaels Invitational ladder match, where two teams will compete not only for a number one contendership match for the tag titles, but also his managerial skills. This is quite interesting. Definitely not something that I expected, but we move on to our main event of the evening, ladies and gentlemen. The final match leading into the Last Stand PLE tomorrow and Wednesday. And it's going to be a doozy, I promise you. Because it is these two women who have been going at each other since their debuts. Now, this all started a while ago at the PLE. We had a 6-woman invitational with 6 new superstars entering the company. The winner earned a Intercontinental Championship match. This woman right here, Rose Hamilton, eliminated 3 women in that match, including her opponent in this match here tonight, Hannah O'Grady, to earn that title shot. And ever since then, Hannah O'Grady has been a thorn in, no pun intended, Rose Hamilton's side. And she cost Rose Hamilton the Intercontinental Championship last week, getting her disqualified from the match so that she couldn't win the match. And this is kind of her revenge. Luckily for her, she is going to the War Games match at the PLE to see whether she wins the championship or not. But these two are definitely going to go at it here in this match. There's a lot of bad blood in these two superstars right now. And I mean, a win here over Hannah O'Grady would definitely be a good momentum boost going into the War Games match. I mean, you gotta think, Rose Hamilton could potentially be a detriment to her team. I mean, you have Ivy Fisher and Cameron Newton, 2 of the most decorated women's wrestlers here in World Wrestling Affliction, some of the most tenured in the history of this company. Well, the history of the former companies that formed to make this company, but you know what I mean. You have Taryn Sky, who is a former Intercontinental Champion in her own right. And then you've got Rose Hamilton, who's debuted a month ago, won a Battle Royal, and lost 2 matches. So a win here could be a bit of a momentum boost going into that match, but a loss here could, you know, put a wedge in the team that is challenging for all the titles in the women's War Games match. Now, I am getting a bit of information on how all the titles works. So essentially, for the women's match, it'll be, if Rose Hamilton's team wins, Rose Hamilton will get the Intercontinental Championship. Rebel Club will get the Tag Team Championships, and Ivy Fisher will get the Women's World Championship. In the men's division, I'm hearing that Parabellum's team will be Trav, Matoto Lee, Diego Natoli, and Jeremiah Stone. So the 4 original members of Parabellum, and their titles will be on the line. So if Next Gen wins, Castro wins the World Championship, the Pride win the Tag Team Championships, and Angelo F wins the Light Heavyweight Championship. So that's just to be cleared up. I will clarify again during the PLE, but essentially that will be the end result on which teams win. Obviously, if the champion teams win, they keep the titles that they hold going into the War Games. It's not gonna, like, titles aren't gonna change hands if the champions win. I think that was needless to say, but I said it anyway. So, and these two just turning this match into a brawl, fighting in the ring, fighting outside the ring. I don't think they really want to either win or lose this match. I mean, there's no stakes behind it other than a bit of momentum shift for Rose Hamilton. I think they just want to beat each other up. Rose Hamilton just wants revenge on Hannah O'Grady for just wedging herself in everything that Rose Hamilton has had her hand in since they both debuted in this company. Nice double leg takedown into a flurry of punches there. Goes to the cover now, 1, 2, and a kick out at 2. Fans saying they're not worthy for this match, and I think I have to agree. I mean, these two are, although newer superstars here in this company, definitely made a name for themselves so far. And I feel like if Rose Hamilton beats, wins the War Games match for her team and wins that IC Championship, I have a feeling Hannah O'Grady will be the first in line to challenge her for the title. Goes to the cover once again. 1, kick out at 1. And the big powerbomb coming from Hannah O'Grady there. Goes for a cover. Could this be at 1, 2, and a kick out at 2. As two definitely going at each other, brutally just beating each other up. This is just a brawl here, more than a wrestling match. And I mean, with both of these wrestlers having either some form of martial arts or fighting backgrounds, it definitely goes to show in their in-ring competition, in their movesets, they're not here about big arm drags, suplexes. They're here for brawls, they're here for submissions. And it's showing here in this match. I mean, yes, they are doing slams because it is a wrestling match and they're allowed. But for the most part, it's been strikes, punches, kicks, submission moves. And it is definitely a very interesting match between these two. Very evenly matched in Rose Hamilton and Hannah O'Grady. Hannah O'Grady going for the cover now. Could this be at 1, 2? Referee just a little bit slow there. and O'Grady just stomping down on Rose Hamilton with those taped up feet. Big spear from O'Grady. O'Grady goes to the cover. Could this be it? 1, 2, 3. It is. Unfortunately for Rose Hamilton, another loss in the loss column for her. Definitely not a good momentum shift going into this PLE. But ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for watching. We will see you tomorrow for the Last Stand PLE. And hopefully I'll have a bit more of my voice.